Greetings from Cybertron. This is SoundJack here with a review of the Transformers Power of the Primes Deluxe Class Dinobot Slug. So, Slug was originally Slag in the original G1 series, and still turned into a Triceratops as you see before you. He did receive a name change a few years ago after Hasbro found out that slag is a very, very naughty word in the UK, so it can't be that. So after trying out a few different names, he settled on Slug, and now we got a G1 Slug toy in all its G1 looking glory, though I still have a few issues with this toy. But let's start by taking a look at his collector's card. Just to show it off quickly, and the one I got, since each character will have 12 cards that they can get, one for each of the 12 primes available, and the one I got was Nexus Slug, who combines with others to do maximum damage. So as you can see that, and you can see the nice card artwork there. All right, now let's take a look at Slug, and he is a very nice Triceratops. As you can see, there's a little bit like clear plastic going on over him, and that is a reference to how the original G1 Dinobot toys were designed, and you can see some more clear plastic going on throughout the body, including the back. And some of the images that we got before these toys came out made it seem like it was going to be the clear plastic was going to be more pronounced, and I wasn't sure how crazy I was about that. I understood it and I appreciate it, but I wasn't sure how crazy I was going to be about it. But it looks very nice. It looks very nice on Slug at the very least. It does have, you'd have a completely clear plastic horn, but you still got that, and like it just brings out some nice detail going on all of this gold on his face and on his tail. And again, you get some of it on the legs back here, and then you got some nice gold detailing in there. Anyway, on the front of his face though, he also has some red eyes going on that looks like more of a sticker rather than paint, so be careful with those, as well as an Autobot symbol right there, and two nice red horns. His lower jaw is just gray plastic, and there's it's very, very minor paint color change, but there is a lighter like gray silver paint going on his frills around his head. Most of the body is flat gray, is the same gray. Legs are gray, all this back is gray with a little bit of black paint. Got a little bit of gold up here, but still gray. This wheel section, like not a wheel, but like this circular section right here, also seems to be in more of the color of the frills, but the lower leg is still in the same gray. This is a bit more silver, and then you got a little black up in there. On the tail, you got a couple of details referencing the original toy, and then you got the tail that I mentioned before. Same thing on the other side, and then underneath you see the combiner peg, and you see his upper leg, so you see where things are going to be coming from for the transformation. As he is a beast former, he does have articulation. His legs in the front are able to rotate a full 360 at that joint. There is this swivel joint right here, and he does have this joint right here to allow him to bend his lower leg. On the back leg, he is also able to rotate a full 360 degrees on that joint. There's no inward or outward move, it's just a rotation joint. And if you want a knee bend, you can use this joint to get a knee bend, but those are the only joints there. On the horns, you can position however you want. So if you want, I'm not sure which is the most accurate. I think it's the most accurate, the horns kind of pointing forward as opposed to like being out on the sides, more like a bull. But you do have options of how you want to pose them, and like you can pose them in different ways in different forms. But that also might just be so as this does feel like a softer plastic. It may be more so as like it doesn't break off. Besides that, I guess you got this like mouth joint, but like you only really get that much before like you just like break off his lower jaw because of just how it transforms. So that's a little unfortunate. And there's absolutely nothing going on with the head. And I don't know if and there's nothing with the tail as well. I don't know if it's just me, but like these frills seem like too flat against the main body. I feel like they should be sticking out more, and I'm not sure if I'm just wrong about that, or if that is an actual complaint I am able to lobby against this toy. But I don't know.
It may also just be like how similar the color is to the rest of the gray body. But it just, these frills are like such a big thing and they just don't stick out, and I don't know why that bothers me a bit. Again, minor nitpick, but I do want to point that out. For gimmicks, he does have Titan Master posts or Prime Master posts up there, and hold on a second. So I don't know what happened to Chrome Dome's head, but here's Megatron's Titan Master partner, and you can stick the Titan Master in these two posts right there. And yeah, that's that. For accessories, he comes with his gun, his very nice gun, and you can see all of that nice detailing on there. And you can plug it in upon his back like so, or into the center of like his back leg hips, or even on these posts, these holes on his front legs right there. And there's those ports because it's on these sides as well. He also comes with his prime armor piece, which is different from the others by having these giant spikes on. You still get some mechanical like detailing, and it comes with this clear plastic gun gap cover, which is also 5mm post, so it can plug in another 5mm ports and the like. And it's stupid that these when the gap filler is in clear plastic. That's just so dumb. But this using this post, you are able to stick this onto Slug using any 5mm post. But this seems to be the one that would be the most served by putting it there. That seems to be the best location to put it. But you can probably get it on his legs like so and such. And we'll get more into this into the other forms. And yeah, so now time for some size comparisons. Here he is with Titan's Return Legends class Bumblebee. And you can see that size comparison. Deluxe class Chrome Dome. And you can see that Slug is a bit longer. Voyager class Megatron. And you can see Megatron is just a bit longer than Slug is. And Leader class 6-shot in his car form. And you can see how long Slug is next to him. Alright, so that's all there's to say on Slug in his Dino mode. So we're going to move on to the leg mode, then to the arm mode, and then we're going to get to the robot mode for him. So, first of all, to get to the leg mode, what you're going to do is you are going to take this tail section and untab it. And, well, actually, it's more so kind of sits in there. It does kind of tab, but anyway, you're going to fold the tail section back like this. You're going to collapse these back legs, and there's these, like, very tiny tab groove kind of things that'll fit into that slot right, that little bit of a gap right there. That's actually also a hinge joint. And then, like so. And the back section is going to come apart. That is a thing I have with this toy. The back section of the toy like really likes to come apart when you start fiddling with it. For any mode you go to, Dino mode, limb mode, it's just so fiddly and will just come undone. I don't know why. I think it's just like it's really tight. It's like really tight back there, so like the pressure keeps it snapping, and you really can't keep it tight together in any of the leg forms. You can get it in the Dino form, but you will keep, at least on my copy, I do keep getting this gap on that form. Anyway, I'm gonna follow the front legs forward, and there's nothing that's gonna tab together, but you're gonna like kind of set this arm on that over that tab, and it will like sit there. You will be using that tab in the arm mode, but not for the Dino mode. And the last thing you're going to do, well, second last thing you're going to do is you're going to take the Triceratops head, pull it up, pull it, sorry, that's very tight. Pull it up, those tabs fit in there. And then you're going to place it on those kind of grooves right there. And it'll just it doesn't tab in anywhere, but kind of grooves in right there, so you can do that. and then you flip up the combiner peg, and the lower half is just split in half. And then you have Slug in his leg mode, and I do not have any Voyagers yet because they haven't been released yet, so I'm just going to complete the foot form with a Combiner Wars foot peg, foot piece. So yeah, that's Slug, and you can see all of that. Foot is able to rotate because it is in 5mm post. There is this knee joint that is on a nice ratchet, and then this very tight, hold on, okay, hold on, yeah, okay, it doesn't want to turn. I can feel it wanting to go, but it's not turning, and also like the entirety of the dinosaur form is just this leg form is just falling apart here. Come on, get back together. Can I? Maybe it'd be better served if it was connected into a combiner port, but all the other ones I have had, you have been able to turn it manually, and if you see my other Power of the Primes reviews, you will note that as well. So he is really tight in a lot of places, and he's too tight. Like Titan's Return had an issue of like a lot of figures having too loose joints, but he seems to be really too tight in a lot of places. So that's hindering him a lot. But let's move on to the arm mode now. So well, the legs are gonna split apart probably, so you're gonna have to fix that. But what you're gonna do is you're gonna get these legs out of the way. You just gotta get the legs out of the way. You're gonna take the tails, you're gonna split the tail, and then fold it out on that hinge right there. And then you're gonna come back here. Yeah, these legs do get in the way. I will say that they do get in the way quite frequently. So they're gonna fold down like so. You're probably gonna have to connect them back together. And then might as well at this point, you're gonna fold the legs down, and the legs will pull this piece down and rotate that down into place. I'm not sure if it doesn't necessarily need to be out for this form, but it's easier for getting back to the robot mode, because these are the heel pieces, because he will not stand if these pieces are not down. And then you take the tail pieces, you tab them back together, and there's a gap in the tail that will fit over that middle piece right there, and they will just slide in like so. And then you're just gonna fold the feet up and have them tab back into the same place they were for the other limb mode. And they're just gonna sit right there. You can turn the waist around. Actually, I'm gonna turn the waist around this way because I'm just gonna double check very quickly. Yeah, Slug will actually be the left arm of an actually named combiner. On Jazz and Dreadwind's instructions, he's listed as a generic combiner. They are listed as a generic combiner, but the Dinobots, including Slug, are going to combine with the other Dinobots to form Volcanicus, and he will be dedicated to being the left arm. So we're going to get him to left arm mode. So you're going to take this leg section, you're going to flip it around, and there's a slot right there for that tab right there, and you're going to tab it together like so. Do that on the other side, tab it together like so. Fold the combiner peg down like so. Get the prime armor. Get it in the hole. Get it in the hole. Fold the fingers out. Adjust the thumbs accordingly, and there you have Dinobot Slug in his arm mode, and it's a Triceratops that's an arm. I don't know what else there is to say about that, but it's nice that you get some gold down here, like to give it some like color variation. I mean, that could also be served by having this side up, but like, you know, that's nice. That's nice. That's nice that it's different. Yeah, just a quick 360 of the whole thing. For articulation, you got the hip joints right there and knee joints right there. So you get about 90 degrees on that joint. And actually on the knees, you only get like 60 degrees of bend, but you can get greater than 90 degrees of bend by using both of those joints together. The fist is able to rotate full 360 because it's a 5mm post. There's a ball joint for the thumb, so you can do things with that. It's going to fall out right now. And then all 4 of the fingers are on the same hinge right there. They can close and they can open that far. And then same thing with this combiner peg. So it rotates up and down. And it's supposed to swivel, so I don't know what's up with that. I'll have to check when I get combiner torso involved. But that's it for the arm mode. So let's roll right along to the robot mode. So we're going to rotate the legs, and then we're going to split them, and then we're done with the legs. We are done with the legs. Fold the combiner peg down, open the arms up, pull the fist out. The right fist on mine is very tight and really does not want to come out. I will say that. Do that. Rotate so the hand is facing forward. Same on the other side. Rotate. Pull the fist out. Last thing we're going to do is going to place the Triceratops head back to where it was. And fold. Hold on, this has to tab securely. Come on. There we are. And fold the mouth down. And there you have Slug in his robot mode. And he looks very good and he looks very nice. He does feel a little small because he is a deluxe figure, and a lot of people have been saying the Dinobots should be bigger, but I'm fine with it. It's just I do get the feeling like compared to like he's a very good toy. He's nice like this, but he does feel like he is small for whatever reason, probably because of dinosaurs, and in our mind dinosaurs are huge. But I'm sure there's going to be, the Weijing is known for making knockoffs that are just oversized, so they'll probably make some of these in larger forms, some of the Dinobots in larger forms. But anyway, onto a closer look of Slug. You got his entirely black face with red eyes and the mouth right there. You got silver chest with an Autobot logo. The rest of his chest is red, including his crotch area. You got gray right there. Some nice dark colors, dark gray right there. A little bit of silver picking that out right there. Lower legs and the gold feet. You got the dino legs hanging out there. Robot arms are the front dino legs right there. And then you just got the back. That was the back of the Slug. And then the legs also, just to show those off. For articulation, his head does actually have some movement in there. There's not a whole lot because the face gets in the way, but you do get some nice side angles going on with him. Arms are able to rotate a full 360 degrees and are able to bend out that far on the ball joint. There is a bicep swivel and a 90-degree elbow bend. And then I want to do this to his wrist. You do have wrist articulation if you want to do so. So as you can, if you give him like a sword, you can have him like fence someone, I guess. There is a 360-degree waist articulation right there. His legs are able to bend that far forward and that far back and only that far out, which is unfortunate. And I mentioned before, his legs don't have full range. Actually, that's more like 45 degrees rather than 60 degrees. So that is unfortunate. And then there's nothing but the feet. As for his accessories, he's able to hold his gun in his hand and on the sides of his arms, on that port on his chest, on his back. He's able to store it on his back or on the sides of his legs. So he does have a lot of places to store those. And his combiner port, his prime armor, he can hold this gun, this clear gun. You can put the prime armor on his forearm, like so, to give him kind of a shield going on. Or you can take that. You are able to put a Prime Master or any Time Master inside there, so just a note, that's why that's there, and why you have this gap filler to fill up the gap. But you're also able to plug this into the 5mm port on his chest, so he's got some nice chest armor going on there. That's all there's to say on Slug in his robot mode, so let's get on to some robot mode size comparisons. Here he is with Legends Class Bumblebee, and he just fell. And Bumblebee comes up to like the lower part of that jaw on his chest. Deluxe Class Chrome Dome, and Chrome Dome is definitely taller than him at the head, though Slug's got dino jaw head. to give him a little more height. Voyager class Megatron. And you can see the head, he's a little lower than the stickers, but at the top of his head, he's able to get to the top of those stickers. And leader class 6-shot. And Slug's Dino Jaw goes up to that lower green section on his chest. Though the dino head's, the robot head is still around the skirt panels like most Deluxes. And of course, here he is with the channel's mascots, Soundwave and Wheeljack. And you can see how he looks next to them. So, he's a nice figure. He's a good figure. There's not like, whoops. There's not many things wrong with him. Just a few minor nitpicks here and there. Like, to me, it just feels like he does feel like he should be bigger. He's got excessively tight places on him, and he doesn't hold together all that well because he's too tight, which is something you don't normally hear. Just the color, how it works, and I'm sure that's accurate. I don't know, it just doesn't pop so well for me, and I don't like. It's not I hate it. It's I don't care for it all that much, and I wish it was different. And just because there's a bunch of small minor nitpicks to him. He is probably my least favorite of the 4 times return Deluxes that we got. Not times return, Power of the Primes Deluxes we got in this first wave, which is unfortunate. He's a Dinobot. He's cool. He's a Dinobot, but what are you gonna do? He's not like dead last and like clearly dead last. Like he's kind of clearly dead last to me, but like he's not terrible. He still would rate well. He's just not rated the highest, and unfortunately, because the other 3 rate higher, he is still the lowest. But I still think he is nice and definitely worth a pickup, especially if you want to get a complete G1 Dinobot collection, whether you're going to make Volcanicus the Combiner, that is brand new for this toy line, or not. But, yeah, so, but his partner and Dinobot partner, Swoop, will be out tomorrow at 12 p.m., so keep an eye out for that review. But that's all I have to say on Dinobot Slug, so thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, please like and share this video and subscribe to the channel. You can also follow me on Twitter and Instagram at SoundJack426. Also, please consider donating on my Patreon page to help support the channel. All the links will be in the description below. Thanks for tuning in. This is SoundJack signing off.